Hello everyone. Let me share 5 most essential tips on how to be successful in a job interview and write an effective CV. My first tip is match. Creating your CV and answering job interview questions requires some analytical skills. I'm sure you have them. What you need is to look at two sides of the road and connect them so they perfectly match. On the one side, you need to analyze vacancies that you are interested in and their specific requirements. Write a list of all of them. On the other side, you need to analyze yourself. Study your value and everything you can offer. Think of your good qualities, skills, experience, and achievements. Now we have two things. What do we do next? We try to solve the puzzle. We find points that match and highlight them. So you can put ticks next to the points in the vacancy that are true about you. The more ticks, the better match. It means that vacancy suits you. Now, let me give you an example. One important point here is not to copy-paste. That's not professional. Please don't do that. Let's say you see the vacancy like this. You're great at data visualization, you have excellent written verbal communication and presentation skills, attention to detail, passion to tell stories, and humor. Now look what I did. I paraphrased that. The same points, but slightly different words. So detail-oriented is the same as attention to detail. Keep people's attention through punchy stories and high-impact visual materials. It includes several points. Presentation skills, great at data visualization, passion to tell stories, and humor, punchy stories. Plus, you add one more point to give evidence that you really have practical experience of doing all that. You were a speaker at Youth Programmers Forum. So, let's move to next point. Next point is filter and focus. A recruiter hasn't got all day to listen to our stories, whatever professional and exciting they might be. For that reason, you need to keep it short and focus only on those details that are really relevant. Some details you should highlight, while skip the others. For example, if you're going to start your own business in a year, don't tell it to the employer. He or she might not be happy with that, so just keep it to yourself. Guide your recruiter's attention and stick to the question that he or she asks. It isn't that easy as it might seem. So what I recommend here, write everything that comes to your mind and then filter it without any regret. Get rid of all unwanted details. So from a list of 100 qualities, you might need only 5. Select the best and most convincing ones. To help you do that, you can ask questions. What impression will it make? Is it really relevant to the business? Does it answer the question? And focus on the shortest, clearest, and most impressive answer. Don't play around the bush, don't give too many details. This will present you as a person who doesn't respect time or not able to prioritize. Don't get me wrong, telling stories about your experience is an essential part of an interview. So please do tell stories. However, keep in mind to make it relevant and short. My next point is proof. Never give a statement without an illustration example to confirm that. To illustrate that, this is what you can say. We had a teamwork on a project. I was asked to present our intermediate results in front of the whole department. I did that, and after the pitch, I initiated a productive brainstorm with everyone taking part. I could see a genuine interest in what I was talking about. People came to me and asked many questions, and they also complimented how bright my visual materials were. And after this, my manager came and asked me to give a little training to new staff. They were all very young specialists, and they were pleased, and they still successfully work in the company. So that shows that I'm good at presentations. One more very practical recommendation I can give is use numbers. It will make your answers clear, specific, and short. On top of that, this trick will help your interviewer to follow easier what you're saying. For instance, he asks, "What attracted you to this position?" And you say, "I have 3 reasons for that. Firstly, blah blah blah. Secondly, blah blah blah. And one more reason is blah blah blah." This shows that you really know what you want to say. It gives a clear structure to your reply and also helps you not to get lost. Otherwise, your answer might sound like that. I wanted this and also this and this and this and this, and it turns into endless sentence with lots of ands and alsos. That's not what we want. So for any question that has structure in several points, just use numbers. And one final tip. It's a highly important point. You should sound natural. Being a professional does not mean talk complicated terms and sound like AI robot. Believe me, many non-native speakers get into this trap. If you rehearse and memorize your answers by heart and then just articulate them, even without any mistakes, it will make a strange impression. Because it's most important that you understand and mean what you say. You should stick to the key ideas, but don't give a parrot talk of memorized answers. Please don't do that. Why do we practice them? We do it in order to feel more confident and know what we should say. Still, you should remain flexible at all times. I can give one example of a student. He wanted to impress an employer with a real American pronunciation. So he tried his best to copy the manner of speaking, and he was doing it so hard that it sounded excessive. It made a funny impression, like a cheap Chinese Rolex watch. You can feel that it's a show, it's acting, it's not true, it's like fake. So the effect of this show will be the opposite. This is a subtle point. I hope you understand what I mean. So you need to find and feel your balance. Of course, you should try and improve your level of English, but it's important to find a comfortable balance and just be yourself. Now, you know what is essential to make your employer or customer notice your CV, invite to the interview, and take you as the best candidate. Analyze and match, focus and filter, prove with a story, use numbers, and sound natural. All these tips are quite obvious in theory. Still, when coming down to practice, people make so many stupid and funny mistakes. The only reason for that, you don't see yourself from the other side. You can't hear yourself. You can't assess you objectively. That's why I'm here, to take your hand and guide you. we have two ways. First way, you can try and sort it out yourself. Look through tons of videos and thousands of websites, trying to find and pick some practical tips, organize them all together, filter, generate stories, and still you won't be sure that it all sounds great from you. I have already studied most of useful resources and selected the best ones and included them all in my program English for Work and Career Intense Workshop 7+7. So now you can try the second way. Get training from me. Take advantage of my system and personal assistance, guidance and feedback. So we will create and tailor and improve your CV. Prepare for a job interview according to high standards. So it sure will be a success. Let me know if that's what you want, and you are very welcome to join. You will find more information about the program following the link under the video. Feel free to ask any questions. Sincerely yours, Maria Kuklina.